Do you know I've always found this funny?
What, your face?
No, that was a rhetorical question, not my face.
What, your stupid hair?
No, listen, the hair is a whole thing. I'm kind of sensitive to it.
How about the fact that you're a
Listen! Enough. Relax. Some of y'all go a little too far sometimes. But look, what I find funny consistently is the fact that people are always trying to, for some reason, downplay PC gaming. Whether it's people saying you have to spend $3,000 to $4,000 on a PC to get the performance of a $500 to $700 console, which that's been a fun one to debunk consistently. Or the amount of people saying things like, oh, we own our games when we buy them physically, when in fact, you actually don't. The majority of the games you buy physically for a console are simply just a key that you then download the game for directly, which we've seen with Doom the Dark Ages. We're seeing Nintendo do that as well with game key cards, and we're seeing it over and over again. And on top of that, the other argument of affordability comes into play as well when we're seeing console prices getting increased over and over again, and game prices increasing on top as well. Not to mention the other hidden fees like having to pay to play online, which you should already be getting for free because you already pay your ISP, and also not having any actual digital ownership of your games directly. So when you put all of that into perspective and you see the entire image for what it is, console gaming really doesn't have a lot of true benefits besides the occasional exclusive that comes out, which later then gets ported to PC about a year later. So really, what's the actual point? But you see, the other day, Capcom decided to put out some figures and numbers, and this has set the console fanboy fandom in a blaze, doing everything they can to protect whatever sort of insane company that they're part of. And here's what, in fact, Capcom had to say. Derek Strickland of Tweaktown wrote this on Twitter. PC now makes up the lion's share of digital sales with a substantial 30% jump in annual PC game sales. Fiscal year 24 results. Digital total is 46.729 million, PC 28.211 million, and console 18.517 million. And this isn't anything actually new with Capcom specifically. They've turned around and said directly that their main focus was going to be developing for the PC platform, and it has paid off for them in spades, as you can see via the numbers here. On top of that, what we've also noticed is the entire mantra of PC gamers don't buy games, they're just a bunch of pirates, is kind of falling off the wayside. You can't really use that metric anymore when 60% of all the sales from Capcom's games are coming from PC directly. Now, that doesn't mean that Capcom is in fact perfect though. They have a really bad propensity of using things like de novo, and unless the game is a more linear type of game, then you're going to be having a lot of issues with their RE engine, having consistent stutters and not really great performance overall. So even though Capcom has been developing directly for PC, they still have a lot of work to go through. But this does definitely shine a light as to why so many other game companies are looking at PC gaming first and foremost, or even as an addition to what they're doing right now. PlayStation is a perfect example, since even Shuhei Yoshida, after leaving PlayStation, said this specifically, that PlayStation games on PC is almost like printing money, says former exec Shuhei Yoshida. It's crucial for expansion in China. It turns out that, yeah, a lot of people game on PC, far more than what you actually see on Twitter. And what's even more impressive is what's happening with all these other companies moving over to the PC platform as well, which honestly is a great thing overall, but can come with some caveats. We've seen game prices increase on PC because of the acceptance of the $70 game, soon to be the $80 game as well. We've seen quite a few amount of people actually that we've made fun of on this channel actually ask for DRM to be placed into games to stop the terrible pirates, even though they don't really know why people pirate in the first place. No, it's not because they're poor. It's a service problem more than anything. We'll get into that as well. But also this insane ubiquitous thing where we want to have all these different kinds of launchers and etc. to go ahead and just buy games from, when in reality, PC gamers only want to buy it from one or two places, either Steam or GOG. If it's not there, we're not buying it. Thanks, Epic Game Store. You tried to bring exclusivity to the PC platform, which is an open platform, and you kind of just screwed everything up. So congrats. You basically played yourself because you're just a Fortnite launcher now. You can't even do that right, in fact. And the thing is, with all that being said, there are people still going around and parading consoles as if they are some high-end sort of luxury item that you purchase. Consoles were never meant to be that. Consoles were meant to be a cheap entry point option in order to play video games. The antithesis of what many people want to have with PC gaming, even though you can totally build a cheap budget build PC and play games just fine, almost for the same price as you would for a console. But hey, let's not let facts get in the way of feelings, right? But let's go ahead and see what actually was going on Twitter the other day. Pio tweeted this out saying, the high-end PC competitor, PS5 Pro, is having its first sale as part of the Days of Play promotion. $50 off in the US for the first time ever. Tell me you know nothing about PC gaming without telling me you don't know anything about PC gaming, Pio. The fact that you think the PS5 Pro is a high-end PC competitor really speaks volumes. It's like everybody was walking around saying the PS5 Pro is a 4070 Ti or a 4070 when they had no idea what the 4070 actually does, and they took a clip from Digital Foundry and they said, oh, holistically it would be this, but then everybody ran with it instead, when in reality it's just a 7700 XT or even a 9060 XT in terms of performance. So you're basically just a budget build PC all over again that somebody could build for about $700 if they really wanted to and get everything for MSRP. So we're not talking about high end right now, my boy. What we're looking at is the actual fact that people are still running around and trying to say that the PS5 Pro is a great purchase when in fact it isn't. You're looking at a console that should be $500 when in reality it's $700. Oh, $800 if you want to add the disc drive, because all you guys buy your game physical as well. And to go ahead and celebrate a $50 price cut for a console that is already $250 too expensive really is something totally wild to me. Now look, I've bashed other companies as well for the prices that they put for their game consoles too, so Sony isn't the only one, but this truly goes to show that people who are talking about PC gaming do not know shit about PC gaming, especially when they rep a console and a brand. And here's another personal favorite that showed up on my timeline yesterday as well. This one being from Icon Era. PlayStation is outpacing PC and is forecasted to lead the industry through to 2027. Dash via Grok. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is what we're doing right now. We now have fanboys going around using artificial intelligence to go through and to try and make themselves feel better about the fact that their console favorite of choice is not the one leading the gaming industry, and doing anything they can to prove that the console that they bought, their cheap toy, which is exactly what consoles are. They are, in fact, cheaper toys of what you normally get with PCs, to go ahead and say, hey, we're the best, baby! 77 million sold every time! But yet, as you consider it and you go through the actual post, things start to look in a weird direction. And if you don't believe me, here's how weird the posts get in the replies. Here's J-Dub going ahead and acting like a petulant child again, which he always, in fact, tends to do. This is also a personal favorite of mine as well that I've seen consistently, with Craig captured on PS5 Pro Harris saying, like I said, the PlayStation 5 Pro is more powerful than a 4090. My boy, you've got to be some kind of special around and say something like that. But again, you literally said that with a camera on in front of everybody when everyone else told you in the podcast you were on not to say that, and you're still here saying that again. And if you thought the stupid would end there, it in fact doesn't, because this entire post came from the founder of Icon Era, Brian Kay, who's been a staple of this actual programming for quite some time. He actually linked the Grok article that he asked Grok to make, and then he began to post the entire listing of what was shown from Grok directly, while everyone else was calling him out. Literally, the article from Grok said PlayStation's strength lies in its exclusives like The Legend of Zelda via Nintendo, as everyone in his own forum that is of course trying to be behind him is literally calling him out, and then him saying, I removed the Zelda part now as it's an obvious mistake. AI has a long way to go. No, my friend, you have a long way to go, being this old console warring on a website that you made to in fact console war. It gets better. Bro, why are you using AI agents for this shit? And of course, others getting in fact a little bit triggered. I stopped reading at 1.86 billion PC gamers. Oh, we're just going to ignore the entire planet of gaming? Sure, that'll be a good one. Using System Shock 2023, seeing as how System Shock It's on PC! Here we are again saying, imagine if PS5 was more cheaper. More cheaper. Yes, imagine if PS5 was more cheaper. Great English. That is the only reason that is preventing me, and I already have a solid PC. Quantum Cringe, you are in fact Quantum and Cringe. Would be even funnier if this was in fact Quantum TV and he had his side account of Quantum Cringe being this as well. If you already have a solid PC, why even buy a PlayStation 5? All those games are going to hit PC anyways. What are you doing? Even people are calling Brian out via @Grok, LMAO. Yeah, finally somebody actually gets it. The insanity and stupidity of people going around and using AI now to prove their point, and every single time you make a post, someone says, hey, @Grok, is this a true? And then Grok says, yeah, it's true, and then that post gets deleted because they clearly don't know anything. The dead internet theory isn't real. The dead internet theory pretty much just means that, hey, well, there are bots everywhere. Sure, there may be bots, but I honestly believe we're dealing with a internet theory, which means that there are a lot more NPCs in real life than we actually want to admit. Simulacra and simulation pretty much exists. But the funny part about all this is I was actually able to go ahead and find the link to that Grok article that was made. Here, in fact, is everything written by Brian K. And then that one part about Legend of Zelda, of course, still being in the actual article itself. And when you scroll down, there's a couple of posts and things where it's pulled from. In fact, it's a bit concerning where Grok is getting its information, which really goes to show maybe AI isn't all it's cracked up to be. And the things that we're feeding it are probably just going to end up, hurting it more than trying to help us. You'll see. No, I'm not kidding. You see, those posts that were listed down below behind me about where Grok got its information from, a large majority of them are in fact from Nib95. That's right. ChatGPT is using NibGPT in order to go ahead and figure out what is actually true or not, even though Nib is the kind of person that just talks in circles consistently, doesn't really provide anything of, substance. But Hazardor Gaming is in there. This Raytheon guy who said that Sony was going to buy 2K, I guess that didn't pan out the way it was supposed to. He's said a lot of junk and bullshit before. OG Krako as well, just saying a bunch of nobodies and shit with 0 likes and no one really up behind it. Xbox Series XS, more Nib. Again, with the Capcom thing, which that's true because Capcom said it directly, but more Raytheon, more these are just people randomly on Twitter that Grok is going ahead to try and pull from and information from as using this is a viable source. It's not community notes driven. It's not anyone from going around and fact checking anything. And fanboys are now going to the point where they are just regurgitating what other fanboys say and then you feeding that into an AI to then go ahead and have the AI prove to them that they're right, giving themselves circular logic and circular wins. If the AI says I'm right, then the AI can't be wrong, but the AI took what I said 6 months ago to prove to me that I was right, therefore, I'm right. You see how that works? You see how we're at a whole new level of fanboyism right now. This is an entirely new level of plane that we've crossed into in existence. It's only going to get worse from here. So look, ridiculous fanboy behavior aside and their propensity for using AI to prove their points, it goes without saying PC gaming is in fact growing exponentially over and over. However, though, there are still issues happening in the PC gaming space. GPUs are astronomically difficult to find, and the fact that so many GPUs now are giving out fake paper launches and MSRPs are almost impossible to hit, you're going to be seeing an uptick of actual GPU costs by about $100 to $200 at some points right now. Tariffs being a factor as well could be something as well in the future, but other aspects still continue as well. I've made the joke that PC gaming is closed, and the reason why I make that joke is because it's not a joke. The problem is too many people in the console gaming space who are okay with things like paying for online, paying more for games, being a corpo slave and cuck really don't bode well with what an open platform should be. And the more that these people go ahead and jump ship to PC gaming, the worse things become for everybody else. We saw it happen with PlayStation locking their games behind the PSN login and then not selling their games to other regions. Basically, in my opinion, Sony's saying, hey, if you can't buy it, go ahead and steal it. And that's really the big problem with what I've been seeing in the gaming industry. So many people are still too concerned with trying to be part of the corporation and not trying to be more consumer friendly and consumer advocacy going forward. And that's really the big issue in all of this. Unless you're sitting here and saying to yourself, I'm tired of getting by these companies over and over again. I'm tired of not actually owning my games. I'm tired of paying for online when I've already paid my ISP. I'm tired of going through and spending more money when I shouldn't. I'm tired of getting a game that's broken, buggy at launch that gets fixed 6 months later with extra content that should have been there from day one in the Game of the Year edition, and then spending $80 on that when the PC guys get it on a Steam sale for half the price. Then that's when you should probably go out and build a PC. And again, don't build the most high-end, super luxurious thing, because honestly, all it's going to do is sit in the corner, because unless you actually want to be a PC gamer, you're really just wasting your time, honestly. My recommendation has always been start with something simple, a good budget build, and then go from there if you like this space. But at the same time, though, the thing is, PC gaming is in fact growing, whether it's the amount of users being over 1.86 billion, whether it's the fact that game companies are now focusing on PC gaming, or the fact that we now have rumors of Xbox and Valve working together to put either Game Pass onto Steam or to put Steam on the next Xbox, and thereby making the next Xbox console more PC than ever before, which would really be a great benefit for everybody on that platform altogether. One thing I've noticed as well recently is a lot of Xbox guys saying, you know what, I'm just going to build a PC anyways, and then understanding what the PC gaming space is all about. And them enjoying that space and learning about it is really great. Now, the fact that their library passes over to PC because of Play Anywhere is a really great, easy way of doing it. And I think that's kind of like the idea of why Xbox wants to do that as well, and why it fits so well with Xbox putting Steam onto their platform, because then it would work, multiple ways. I have both my platforms and all my games digitally on every single device that I want, because it's Steam and Xbox, and on my PC it's Steam and Xbox, so it works either way. But the great thing now is watching the PC gaming community grow even larger, and watching people become more enamored with why PC gaming is so great in the first place. Everybody likes to talk about, oh, my graphics, my frame rates. That's when they first get into PC gaming, and then they realize, oh wait, there's far more here than just those two big things that everybody likes to talk about online. Anybody talking about that specifically as the only reason why PC gaming is good pretty much is not a PC gamer, doesn't understand the culture of PC gaming, or why PC gaming is in fact so ubiquitous and so large. That's what she said. Everything from free online to mods to free games to esports games having massive layers of appeal to hundreds and thousands of other games to play, emulation, everything from good old games as well, everything across the board, the ability to go ahead and use every app at the same time, create content if you want to, while also playing games and doing everything all together, the freedom to upgrade whatever piece or part you want at any specific time without having to worry about getting a new box from the company or corporation that they deem to give you. So much is there in the ability for you to enjoy in this platform and in this hobby that it really makes no sense why game developers are not focusing first and foremost on this platform altogether. At some point though, you're seeing the tides turn. Xbox went day and date. Capcom put all their eggs in their basket on PC, and it's paid off for them directly. Square Enix is going to be doing more for that as well. At some point, PlayStation games will in fact go day and date on PC. And when that happens, hate to break it to you boys, but looks like PC gaming is back on the menu, if you know what I'm saying. But you know what? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Have you moved to PC gaming? And if not, why not? Use the link in the pinned comment down below for Starforge Systems. They're the best PCs in the universe, and support your boy. Now, if you want to see more of this kind of content, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, fanboy content, and hot takes on the gaming industry, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 84,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you guys so very much. If you want to go ahead and get Discord access or most during live streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't sweat it. Come on down Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Trust me, you'll have a hell of a time. With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you next time. Peace!
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more. Where the fuck are your parents? You need to stop everything. What are you doing with your life? This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is to stop.